Yes, guys, what's going on? Welcome to AdamMcKola TV. United Daily is back yet again. We are here every single day on AdamMcKola TV, giving you the latest Manchester United news and daily content as well. It's not only United Daily Live that you are getting new content every single day, and we've got another action-packed weekend for you with loads of FIFA content coming up, with that head-to-head between me and FUT_FG as well in the Manchester derby, best of three. And of course tomorrow, Sunday night, if you're watching this on Sunday morning, Sunday night 8 p.m. UK time, we have McKola and Howson's Pod to Nowhere, which is going on every single week, and we want you to join us for that one live. But of course, here today on United Daily Live, we are talking about Odion Ighalo's future. Reports are that Manchester United are looking at potential alternatives for the Nigerian R9, and we could be lining up different alternatives as Manchester United potentially could let Odion Ighalo return to China at the end of May. His loan deal ends on the May 31st, and FIFA's guidelines in terms of those loans being automatically extended may not be allowed to go ahead by Shanghai Shenhua. Odion Ighalo has already revealed United have not made an offer, and now we could see potentially the player leave after it seemed likely. We all wanted, I'm guessing, I say we all, I don't know if you didn't let me know in the comments below, we all wanted Odion Ighalo to stay, but could he actually be set to leave Manchester United at the end of May? Something that we probably wouldn't have expected. So we've got Odion Ighalo in the news, and we're going to be discussing his future and the comments that he made and the potential alternatives as well, because I think when you look at the potential alternatives, it actually possibly gives it a little bit of silver lining for Odion Ighalo, because many of them are probably unreasonable targets. So we'll be looking at all of that here today on AdamMcKola TV as well. Sancho's continuing to be linked with Manchester United. Obviously, earlier on in the week, Fosu Mensah's contract was extended. And we're looking at all this latest news. At the end of the show, we'll get your questions and your thoughts and your super chats and your comments in. So make sure you're keeping it locked right here, right now on AdamMcKola TV. So yeah, Odion Ighalo, man, look at it. He's coming. He's done fantastically well. His last game for United, he scored that amazing juggling goal. Do you remember that one? Where he juggled the ball through against LASK Linz in front of no fans and scored for Manchester United in a 5-0 win. It was a great goal from him, and he's shown good form for Manchester United, scoring a number of goals and providing a different option for us that we haven't had. We haven't had that kind of striker for Manchester United. So it's been great to bring him into the club, make him a part of the team. He's a player that's not going to demand to be starting every week as well, which I think helps, especially when you know you've got players there that are like Martial, like Rashford, that are going to be looking to play week in, week out, and are going to become our main men on a regular basis. Odion Ighalo, for me, seems to be the perfect foil in someone that wants to play for United, wants to play for the badge. He's the kind of style that offers us a plan B or a different alternative if we want to start games. He's a good option if we want to bring someone in as a replacement, or someone to keep Martial and Rashford on their toes. I feel like with his work ethic, with his belief, with his ingenuity, he does that. And it looks like possibly it's a 50-50 at the moment, but I want to know what you guys are thinking. So get your thoughts in those comments below. Rise Up is saying he really wants him to stay. Marshall Greenwood, Ighalo, don't need Jimenez or Kane, says Sean Darcy. It feels like a lifetime ago now since Ighalo scored those goals. It does, doesn't it? Al, sorry for not reading your name out there. Tom is a perfect fit for the situation the team is in, and Gerard thinks he's a super sub. Rise Up continues from his other comments saying Ighalo won't moan or be mad about not starting. He plays for the badge and an amazing squad player. Now, some, including myself, when he arrived, I thought, decent stopgap. I wouldn't want to see us sign him permanently. Now I've completely changed my mind on that. Am I wrong to have done that? Have I got too caught up emotionally in the whole Odion Ighalo thing? Am I thinking wrong? Let me know about that. Glenn says, yeah, man, I really hope he stays, because as you say, he's another option. Ighalo could be our Solskjaer. Comes on and scores, says Cannonballer 9-pin in those comments. And Cress says, I don't want to be roped into Ighalo like we did with Ollie in his first 11 games, says Cress. And that was the point that I initially made when he arrived. Like, I hope we don't get stuck in, pulled in, and sign him on a permanent basis, because you don't want to end up with a player that you potentially wouldn't have bought there on a long-term basis. But the more I think about it, and we'll look at those 5 alternatives that we're hearing about, those four alternatives, the 5 striking options that United have, Odion Ighalo is one. Timo Werner is the other. Moussa Dembele from Lyon is the other. Harry Kane is the other. And Erling Haaland. Now, Erling Haaland's just fucking joined Borussia Dortmund. He's literally just joined Borussia Dortmund. He's not going to be coming to Manchester United anytime soon. Harry Kane, me personally, I don't think that one's going to happen. I don't think that one's going to happen. We're not going to get into a deal with Daniel Levy for Harry Kane. We're not going to have the kind of money they want for him. Especially if you think we're going to probably be signing Jadon Sancho or something like that. So, you've got there, Haaland and Kane, 2 of those players that United have potentially lined up as alternatives for Odion Ighalo. And then you've got Moussa Dembele. Possibility, actually. Possibility. Good forward. Is he worth going for and having to pay 40 million, 30 million for him when you've got Odion Ighalo there? Is Moussa Dembele that much better than him that you risk that when you've got someone that's seemingly already settled in? Not sure about that one. And Timo Werner's fantastic player. He's been doing incredibly well, scoring plenty of goals. But is he going to be a Man United player in the summer? I can see him ending up elsewhere, possibly Liverpool, possibly elsewhere. Like, there's been links with him to other clubs for a lot longer, and they seem to be a lot more serious. So with these being the alternatives, actually, there's a silver lining there for Ighalo, because beyond Moussa Dembele, I don't think any of them are realistic. Timo Werner, actually, some of you may say, you know what, he is realistic, but I don't think they are. So I'm not sure that one's going to be happening. Guys, get your comments in on what you think those alternatives. Are there any alternatives that maybe aren't in the press, that aren't linked with Manchester United, that you think we should let Ighalo go and we should get them? Is there anybody in the press or in football that you've seen that the press haven't quite picked up on yet? Because we know what they do. They go with the popular opinions. I don't think you're wrong, Ari Ighalo, says Glenn. I think he's kicked it since he came, so 1 more year at least can do him no harm. Do you want Harry Kane? I know I don't. I think Harry Kane, after Aguero, when he's fit's the best striker in the league, I just don't think we're going to get him. So I'm kind of not even thinking about it, do you know what I mean? Regatali says, never underestimate someone who plays for the badge. True passion cannot be taught. Sean says, we need to give Greenwood a clear path to the first team, not put another striker in his way. Can you explain that one? Do you mean Ighalo would be someone in his way, or signing someone other than Ighalo would be putting someone in their way? Let me know what you think. Gerard thinks Kane would cost too much. Yahya's watching from Egypt, and Dr. Tomoy is enjoying the show as well. So thank you very much for you guys for getting involved. Al continues, there's no risk of Ighalo's form tailing off if we sign him. He's worked his entire life to get here, and he'll want this dream to last forever. Money makes the world go round, and the top players to come. United needs to spend big this summer, says Stoic. We United, everyone costs too much, says Cress. And Timo will go to the Scousers, says Glenn as well in the comments. Yeah, I can't see Manchester United getting Timo Werner. I really cannot see Manchester United getting Timo Werner. Just before we move on to the next story, can I thank our latest member on AdamMcKola TV, Stephen Gandara, who has joined. So thank you very much to Stephen for becoming a member of AdamMcKola TV. I'm uploading the first exclusive video for people on the membership, so you've still got time to get in before that is uploaded. That's uploaded on Monday. You get a monthly extra video. You get to join the Discord forum where we can get your questions in for the Q&As and things like Straight Up and stuff like that, and any interviews that I may have as well. You can get your questions in on there, and you'll get priority and things like that there. We'll have a little chat about things. There's loads of little bit of different discussion going on in the Discord at the moment. We've got a good little community going on, so you can join that. you get exclusive videos, you get extra emojis and avatars and all those things, and ultimately you're supporting AdamMcKola TV, because we are doing things way bigger here. I want to bring Dean along for the ride. I want to be able to maybe get some cameramen in and get different people in and editors and stuff. So let's see what we can build here on AdamMcKola TV together. We're going to have that daily content for you anyway, so make sure you're subscribing. That daily content is always going to be there. And thanks to the likes of Stephen Gandara, who has joined, it's going to be made even more possible. So thank you to Stephen for joining us. Make sure you're keeping it locked. We've got loads more content coming your way. Do I want Ighalo to stay? Says Dr. Tomoy. And Jesse Hitman says Viva Ighalo. Now, if you look at one of the emojis that I made when I made the premium stuff, I made an emoji which is this. Let me just get that up. There we go. It is the lo sign, which is Odion Ighalo's chant from me. Anyway, I know we sing Viva Ighalo, and I've got something for you guys that like Viva Ighalo. Odion Ighalo. I really want him to stay. I really do want him to stay. Prabhav says, Adam, what are your thoughts on Dylan Hugerworth? Well, I'm doing a video. On Manchester United's youth players coming up, United's future 11, and Dylan Hugerworth gets a mention in there as well. My impressions of Dylan, I've seen most of him. Obviously, I've seen him like televised under 20 academy games. I've seen him in televised games and stuff, but I've seen more of him up close when I went to the Mercedes-Benz Junior Cup out in Germany, and there was like a 5-6-a-side tournament over there with loads of Europe's best young teams, and Dylan looked pretty good for United up top in a style of football that was very different to the 11-a-side football they most regularly play. Hannibal Mejbri played in that as well. I think his the other name, lads, Mark Howell. He looked pretty good for United. I think Harvey Neville and Robbie Savage's son played in that as well. So it was an interesting tournament, but Dylan Hugerworth looked like one of United's best players in that tournament. He scored a few goals. But obviously you just have to give these guys a chance to develop and become the players that their potential is there. You need a lot more things to make it at Manchester United. And we saw that interview that I did with Federico Makeda. Now, if you haven't seen it, go and check it out when we're finished here. It's a good 45-minute chat with him. And you see, you need a little bit more than talent. You need a bit of luck. A bit of luck with injuries, your life going right, everything. But he is definitely a talented player, much like a few of the others are. And that video will be coming up this weekend as well, United's future 11. Amar thinks Harry Kane is the best 9 in the world. 100 subs before the end of quarantine, so give him a sub if you can, guys. We've got 130 people here. Subscribe to AdamMcKola TV and subscribe to each other if you need subs for whatever you're doing in the comments. And he says, do you reckon they will allow European football next season? I personally don't think so. Even when they play behind closed doors, thousands of fans go outside the stadium in Europe. I'm hoping by the time next season comes around, whenever that's scheduled to be, that all of this sort of stuff sorted out and it's not up in the air anymore. Is that a new jacket or an old one? It's an old jacket, but it's not an original one from there. But I've had it probably for a while now. Put it for about 8 years. 9 years, but no, actually it would have been when United's Adidas got the Adidas deal again, and Adidas started selling United gear. So that's when I got it. So it would have been at the start of the Adidas deal. But it's not new, but it's not like an actual retro one. Yeah. Makeda seems like such a nice bloke, says Adam M. And Prabhav says Ighalo is greater than Kane. I'm loving the confidence in there. I would be disappointed to see Odion Ighalo leave Manchester United, to be totally honest with you. And I hope we do keep a hold of him as well. I do think those alternatives aren't really realistic, are they, for Manchester United? Which is, a big point you have to look at, and it probably makes Odion Ighalo's future at United a little bit more guaranteed, although there's no guarantees yet, because like he says, United haven't made an offer. Paul Scholes has been talking as well today about potentially leaving Manchester United during his career, and there was an offer during Euro 2000 from Inter Milan, but he was never interested. He said he was at the best club in the world. Why would you move? And that's you love to hear things like that, don't you? That must happen a lot in football. Offers coming for players that we never hear about. So Chazza says Ighalo would have good squad depth. I do like Hannibal Mejbri. He's one for the future. Getting Tonali while he's still cheap, says Minnie in the comments. It's nice that even though McKola didn't fulfill his potential, he's still a bit of a cult hero, says Al. Yeah, and what's interesting about that is that he scored that goal, yeah. Many people wouldn't do that in 10 years at United, you know what I mean? Like, you could spend a lot of time at a club and not score that kind of important goal. So to have that moment, even though it was a short time, is still incredible. He didn't get a medal for it, which is mental. Obviously, he didn't play enough games, and he scored in a couple of a crucial game. Scored against Sunderland in the game after that as well. So shocking that he didn't get a medal in the end, or special dispensation for one. But I suppose that was kind of like a carrot for him, like continue to do better, and it just never happened. You got to feel sorry for him a little bit. Ighalo is pushing for more money off United with his comments. I like him, but giving him crazy money isn't worth it, says the Blur. I don't think we'd offer him crazy money, to be totally honest with you. I don't think we'd offer him crazy money. I think he'd be on probably less than we'd have to spend on getting a new striker in terms of wages. Can we have a recap, please, says Vaishab. Yeah, so basically Odion Ighalo has said at this moment in time United haven't made him a permanent offer. He's willing to sit down and discuss things, obviously, and I think he's made his feelings clear in terms of him wanting to stay at United, but there's no offer yet. And the reports are United are looking at alternatives. Now, when you look at these alternatives, it starts to maybe make you feel a little bit more confident in the fact that Ighalo could stay, because those alternatives to him are Harry Kane, Timo Werner, Erling Haaland, and Moussa Dembele. Now, beyond Moussa Dembele, I don't really look at those other ones as realistic signings. Timo Werner's probably going to make a move in the summer, although I think it was Leipzig's owner or one of the directors was saying recently that he hasn't even spoken to them about leaving, so that might not even be on the cards with him. But when you look at the alternatives to Odion Ighalo, they're not filling you with hopes of, oh yeah, we'd sign him, especially if you look at us potentially spending 120 million euros on Jadon Sancho. So I think we will sign Odion Ighalo, but it's not certain. It's definitely not certain. Right, there's a lot of comments just come in and now I don't know what's going on. Ighalo at the moment is earning around 100k a week. United are paying 100k a week of his wages. He'd still be earning his full 300k a week or whatever wages is on, because much like Alexis Sanchez, we're paying a part of his wages, Inter are paying a part of his wages. Much like that, Shanghai are paying a part of his wages, we're paying a part of his wages. The problem for them was that they had, remember when the coronavirus pandemic first hit, it hit China first. So all of their football went, and stupidly enough, Europe thought it weren't going to touch them. And so Odion Ighalo and other players probably moved from China to go to other clubs where they could stay. Obviously, there you go. Lee thinks he will stay as well. RD's gone again. Looks like Cannonball has done the business. Ighalo signing just makes sense, says Rise Up. Max, what's going on, mate? Thank you for joining us again. Make sure you're hitting that like button, guys. Getting your comments and thoughts in ahead of the weekend. What are you thinking? When we're gonna get football back, man? It's sad times at the moment, isn't it? Manchester United lost 10 million in 18 months on Morgan Schneiderlin. Wow. I'm sure some deals have worked out worse for us. So let's have a look. Manchester United player Timothy Fosu-Mensah has revealed first look at, at squad's online training meeting. They have a training meeting. So they're all together on something. Sky? Or something like that. There's loads of them. Phil Jones, Big Ed, Pogba. Interesting. Who put that picture up? Falsely Mensah uploaded a photo on his Instagram on a web meeting with the lead sports scientist Ed Lang, fitness coach Charlie Owen, and head of athletic training Richard Hawkins. Falsely Mensah was joined by Jesse Lingard, Phil Jones, Paul Pogba, Daniel James, Juan Mata for his morning workout on Friday. And after it emerged, United had triggered the one-year extension in his contract. I thought they were talking about Paul Pogba then, and I thought, hold on, have we missed this story here? But they're clearly talking about Timothy Falsu Mensah. We'll be back in September, thinks Cress. Hopefully we're back by then. Turkey without football at the moment. We are going cold turkey right here on AdamMcKola TV. The Sancho links continue to get louder as well, linking with Manchester United with a move for Jadon Sancho. But have you got any other questions for me before we start talking about that? Let me know in those comments below right about now, my funk soul brothers. Get your comments in right now. Why can I not join the chat with a comment? I spent 10 minutes writing out my comment and it would not bloody send. David, I don't know what happened then, but I'm reading your comments right now. So your comments are now coming through. Charlie says if Ighalo takes a pay cut to stay at United, then the feel-good factor will be even stronger. I think he would have to take a pay cut to stay at Manchester United, to be honest with you. We're not going to pay him 300k a week. One sec, just had a call from my mate. Let me just text him. Hope they'll tell you something about the season soon, says Biblio Me. Yeah, we need to know. But the thing is, it's such a quick change in situation that we don't really know. With the government saying social distancing will be for the rest of the year, how are they meant to restart this season or even move over to next season, says Bailey. Yeah, I think they'll look to complete this season and ruin next season. Personally, I think they should just sack this season off and just look to start in the next season, whether it's a reduced campaign, there's no League Cup for us. I don't know, but we just shrink it down and we go with the new season, whenever that may be. But I think they're going to look to finish this season, even if it's in 2021. It's mental. Do you still love Falsu Mensah? He could still become a top centre mid, but sadly I don't think he'll get the chance to do so here. Yeah, it's a weird one with Timbo, isn't it? Because he's got talent, he had potential. His injuries haven't done him too well, but I'd like to see him given an opportunity. Maybe if he sticks around for 6 months, who knows? I'm not wishing injury on anyone, but who knows what happens with injuries and things. He may get an opportunity and he could take it, but it's a long way back for him. Damn, I'm late, says Sam. It's all good if you're late. We're just talking about Odion Ighalo's future at United. Do you think he's going to stay? Kane to Real, just me, guys. He wants to go and they need a striker, says Petar Dimitrov. If he does leave Real Madrid, I can see that kind of move happening, but it does seem a weird one because of the fact that are Real Madrid going to spend as much money as that? Like, there's talk they can't even afford Paul Pogba. Harry Kane's going to be more than Paul Pogba. Kane to Real. Sorry, I read that. You mans want new season because you locked out of the cup. First of all, what even is that sentence? And second of all, Ardy, how are you back so soon? Have you got 2 accounts or something? Third of all, we knocked you out of a couple competitions, doof. You forgot about Rashford's free kick at Stamford Bridge? Because we ain't. But what if this pandemic takes longer? It would take away from next season anyway. That's true as well. I don't know what happens. You don't have the answers, Sway. I don't have the answers, Sway. Yes, once again, I agree. We're going to finish the season before the new one, no matter when that is. Simple reason is not because Liverpool are going to win the title, but because of the fact that they need that moolah. It's a lot of money for Premier League clubs to be missing out on. They don't want to be missing out on that kind of money. We've seen the financial implications that it could have for smaller clubs, and the longer that this drags on, it could potentially do the same for them as well. So, we need to see a resolution to this as soon as possible. I think it's now or never for us to sign Kane. I think it's never out. Unfortunately, I'd love to be wrong about this one. Do you remember like the summer leading up to us signing Paul Pogba? I was like, it's not happening. We're not signing Paul Pogba. It's never going to happen. And then we signed Paul Pogba. So you never know, but just can't see it happening. Look at Manchester Evening News, the clickbait bastards. I'm doing the clickbait for you, so you don't have to. Manchester United might have already signed a defensive midfielder. Okay, who is it? Your Bellens. Timothy Fosu-Mensah. These lot are fucking desperate. Don't click on anything the Manchester Evening News puts out. I'll click it on here for you. And the Mirror and all them bellends as well. Paul Scholes claims United are 4 signings away from challenging Liverpool. Are we? Swansea could demand 20 million for player wanted by Man United. Man City, no, they won't. Why Man United would face... there's absolute rubbish in the stories at the moment. Osimhen has been linked with United. The Nigerian fella, and Ighalo has been talking about him. This is why we do United Daily Live, so you don't have to give these Muppets clicks. I can do the clicks and tell you what I think about their shit rag stories, and you can let us know in the comments below what you think about them. Seen some shit about us signing James James Rodriguez from Bayern. Yeah, that one's not happening. He's linked to us every single year, isn't he? Yeah, Lockhurst is... I'd call him something more than a very silly Billy, but I'll leave it at that for now. I can't stand that fella, and I never will. Yes, Chief Leaf, how you doing? Yeah, we haven't forgotten the opening day of the season either, too, RD. I hope you're still watching, trying to comment. Ah, we love you, you weirdo. I'd rather continue this season, but if it hasn't started by 1st June, it has to be called void. I agree with that. You have to put a deadline on it, and if it doesn't happen by then, we are done. That's what the other leagues look like doing. It's just the Premier League that isn't following, which is pretty annoying. But yeah, guys, Odion Ighalo's future. No offer from Manchester United yet. And the links are with other players at the moment. Dembele, Werner, Kane, Haaland. Some of them madly unrealistic. Some of them I don't think are going to happen. And some of them that could happen. But is it worth getting Dembele when you've got Ighalo already at the club and he probably costs around 15-20 million pounds? I don't think it is. So, in my opinion, stick with Odion Ighalo. Keep him at Manchester United for another season. And let's see how we go from there. Give Greenwood, Martial, Rashford, hopefully Jadon Sancho. Those kind of players, you know, they're going to be first choice. Ighalo's in there as an alternative, as a backup, as a plan B, as someone to start, give competition. I would be happy with that. I think Odion Ighalo's the kind of player that you want at United. His experience is at the right age. And we don't have many of those players. It's not got winning experience. I'm not saying he's won league titles and European Cups and all that. But I think he's the right kind of attitude of player to have around, and he kind of sets the levels. Probably be much like Valencia in that aspect. You know, someone that just gets his head down and works hard and grafts, and everyone can look at them and be like, yo, we need to be doing that too. So, yeah, man. I got a lot of time for Odion Ighalo, and I hope we have a lot more time with him. But at the moment, it is all up in the air. Guys, get hitting that like button. Get hitting it right now. We got 38 likes, 170 odd watching. Come on. That's not right. We should be on at least 100 likes. Get hitting that like button. Get commenting. Get sharing. Get super chatting. Get joining McKola TV as well. And morning, Mr. McKola and the rest of the gang, says Abhishek. In the comments. This RD's, consistent, always coming through. Any Jadon Sancho updates? Let's have a look on Jadon Sancho. There's always just an article, United are confident, United are this, United are that. He's been playing around with Marcus Rashford in games and stuff. It says Liverpool have been priced out of a Jadon Sancho deal, one of the articles does. And 59 minutes ago, Jadon Sancho back to reject both Liverpool and Man City and complete transfer. There's just a lot of the same kind of stories at the moment that United are confident of it happening, that, Borussia Dortmund are open to selling him. I'm scared to say it's going to happen. I'm scared to say it's going to happen. Because I don't want to end up looking stupid, because that's just my gut feeling as well. I don't have any insight, I don't have any in the nose. I always go with my gut feelings on these kind of things, and I weigh up the reliability of the people that are sharing the stories. And I do think Jadon Sancho is going to happen, and he's going to join Manchester United. But while it's not done, there's always that little bit of doubt, and you know, Liverpool, Chelsea, all these clubs will always be sniffing around him. I think he's definitely going to be coming to the Premier League. I think he's definitely going to be leaving Borussia Dortmund. Is it going to be Manchester United? Is it going to be Manchester United? I'm 90% sure that it is. Fingers crossed it is, because I think that is a position that we really need filling in, that right wing position. We get that sorted, we are set in terms of our front three for the foreseeable future in terms of first choice. Then you got to get backup competition, etc., etc. in, and I think we'd be pretty good on that front. So yeah, I'm confident it's going to happen, but while it's not certain, you know, you can't get carried away. So there you have it here on AdamMcKola TV, here on United Daily, guys. Thank you very much for joining us here today. Remember, we're going to be back later. I've got a few videos lined up. Which one I get edited first? The FIFA video, I've got a lot to go through. I've got to go through 3 games, 2 face cams, and get all that put up together. So that might even be up tomorrow, but I'm going to try and get either that or the future United 11 up today. So make sure you're keeping it locked for that. Like, comment, share, subscribe, join. And for now, I have been AdamMcKola. You lot have been absolute legends, and I'm out of here.